that time that we spent together to be fun and productive for everybody who's participating in our book club this morning. So Grand Rising.
Good morning.
Hey. All right. So we're on week under 12. Is week 3 or week 4? Well, I know I listened to chapter 10, so it must have been week 4.
Yes, we are in week 4.
Cool.
Yeah. How's everyone doing today?
Well, I'm exceptional. Ayana, she love. How are you guys doing this morning?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Good,
Good
good,
morning,
good.
good morning.
Grand Rising.
Good morning.
I took all kind of notes from this last session. Well, the floor is yours, sister.
Why, thank you. Sorry, I just wanted to really, I guess what we want to do is we want to hear more from you guys. And so how did you like the chapter 10? It was a long chapter.
Mhm.
I'm finding the tone quite interesting. Like what I'm finding very interesting is the development while they're also having this personal growth conversation at the same time.
Mhm.
I just wanted to get some insight from the rest of you, how you guys are finding the book. How did you find the task last week? I definitely was not photo ready at 5 a.m. I was up, but I could not bring myself to show you my face.
Same.
It's not like, we can't just toss our hair and just be like, okay, that's not it. So that was my struggle.
Yeah, mine. I was taking the pictures, but mine is just turning on all the lights to be able to get a proper picture and
Yeah.
not disturb everybody. So that was it. But it was like the photo taking was cool. That was a simple task. It wasn't too heavy.
These bad boys are as well seasoned as yours are.
Ah,
Maybe I would be able to do that.
I woke up like this. What are you saying?
Yeah, exactly. I love
Alright. Um,
so what
so
did we think about the ideas, the themes and topics of chapter 10? There was quite a
what I do when I'm listening to the chapter, like as things just pop out, like I just pause it and I make little notes, like just in point form. And I'm always tempted to just share them in the group because it's like, we only have like 30 minutes when we connect. So it's a lot to kind of go through, and it's cool for everybody to be able to speak. So maybe I will next week. But like some of the main ones that like stuck out to me. Well, this one was from the like beginning of the chapter. Who will cry when you die? I was like, yo, that is deep
that
because
is
it's like,
deep, yeah.
yeah. It's like that's like, oh, that because then it really makes you like question like the not just the quality of your life, but like your contribution to life. Like so that is something that I found really, really powerful. Um, let me see. And I was keeping, yeah, I did lose track somewhere. History Maker, um, like it was like History Maker lesson number 2, History Maker that lesson 3. I feel like I missed lesson 1. Um, but for the number 2 part, it was talking about simplify, simplify, simplify. Stop managing your time and start managing your focus. That was a big one that I highlight on this side as well. Because I feel the main challenge that I have, I was just telling my wife about it, is that I think it's just discipline. Is disciplining myself to stay the course. Like when I apply the stuff, it's like I know better. Like today was a perfect example. Because in the back of my mind, I know I have this that starts early, and I know my morning's a little bit different. Like instead of diving into my morning routine, I started just trying to get some stuff done that I knew I had to get done early. And then before I know it, I'm like in full work mode. I'm like, God damn it, I didn't even I'm like, what are we doing? It's just that lack of discipline I find. So those are some of the things that stood out to me. And I think I will share like just my little point form notes in the group. So, just for talking points. But
Yeah,
that was
absolutely. Sorry, did I lose you?
Oh no, I was just saying that's it for me. I'll let everybody else share their experience or their thoughts.
Yeah. Sheila, would you like to share your takeaways?
Oh, and sorry, one last thing was the heart set. Wait, mindset, heart set, soul set, and health set. I think that was also.
Yes. Yeah,
Sorry, I had a hard time removing my mute.
that's okay.
To tell you the truth, my goal for the week were pretty basic. I just wanted to, because I'm not a selfie guy, right? I don't do selfie. I think that probably first selfie that I share. I never do that. I never do that. I never do that. So my goal was to do that at least two times a week. So I didn't have the expectation to make it every day. And to start to do moving, there was the 320, right?
Mhm.
So from last week. So my goal was to do at least those three things in the first hour. So I did it only three times during the week. So but that was even better than my goal. My goal was two, and I did three times. So basically that's my experience. And I found out that the difficulty for me um, is not so much the 5 o'clock. It's more than sleeping earlier, because
Mm.
I sleep too late. Like was past midnight last night. So
Mm.
the 1 o'clock become very. I find myself working too late. Continue working too late because I have something that are not finished. So, and they're never finished right away. But for some reason, I think that I can do one more thing. So,
Yeah.
so that's my experience.
And well, it's going to be coming up later on, but and I'm glad to be able to participate with you guys because I have yet to master the evening part, because there is an evening part to the book as well. Like it shows you how to set up your morning and also shows how to set up the evening. I have yet to, even though it's like the now third or fourth time I'm going through the book, I still haven't mastered the evening routine yet. So maybe we could support each other through that.
Absolutely. I found myself, I have a toddler in daycare, so he was in bed late last night and up for most of the night last night and haven't had much sleep. And what I find is I don't know if you have the same issue, but once I know I have to get up in a couple hours, it's like my brain just doesn't turn off because I'm thinking about getting up in a couple hours. So now I'm not resting. So the little sleep that I do get is it's not great. Not great at all. There is Pharaoh, you were talking about the breakdown of the day, and inside the PDF there is actually a section for, it's called decomposing your, not decomposing, deconstructing your day. And yeah, they do break it down. They have actually sometimes, right, starting from 6 o'clock, where it's like your family time and your zero technology zone. Those are some of the tools that I guess Robin Sharma has helped us with. But I am also having an issue with the evening part of it because I don't function well when I don't sleep well. So
Mm.
today's going to be an interesting day at work.
Mm.
um, does
Ayanna
anybody
or Nate?
else?
Yeah. Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying Ayanna or Nate if they
Yeah,
welcome Nate if they want to check.
yeah, welcome.
Oh,
Ayana
okay.
or Nate, did you want to share your takeaways from this week?
Sure. Yep. So I didn't get through the whole chapter. But what I similar to Farah, what we were saying, I just tried to write down some notes. I was like, oh, that one hit. And so some of the things that I captured was legacy and impact. How will you be remembered? It started off kind of depressing, but it's something that actually I've been thinking through a lot here lately as we're getting older and starting to lose some of even the older generation, but even some of our generation, right? It makes you start to think, okay, well, how will I be remembered? What's my lasting legacy? And then and then tied to what I was mentioning, I think it was last week, this kind of mix of, well, it says that, hey, you have all these things, and he's got the mansion and the private jets and all these things, but then you're mixing that with, okay, well, the great ones don't really have any tie to that level of
Yeah.
excess. And so what I captured was abundance is possible, but it's not important to be tied to it, right? So it's really for you to make sure that that's not the focus, but the kind of this mastery of your life purpose allows you to be able to do these things and bless the people in your life, should you want to. And then what I think I struggle with is work on one high value activity at a time, and so to allow for mastery level focus, as opposed to I want to do it all, right? I want to do this and do that, do this, do that, and then you dilute possibly you dilute your attention, and then don't allow for that level of detail and rigor in terms of realizing your greatness, right? So that's kind of some of the things that so yeah, I won't go through all of them, but those are the kind of key ones that I took away from chapter 10.
If I could piggyback on that last part, because that, like, over the last couple of weeks, I was really good. I had 4 main things. I had like the major one that I was spending my 90 minutes on, and then I had the 3 other ones I was spending 60 minutes on. And then I slightly changed my schedule. Well, not slightly, actually. I had to change my schedule to be able to accommodate like the homeschooling in the morning, and I shifted my things for later in the day. And since I shifted it, like, and it was going so well, like it's like I could see the benefits, I could see the results. I'm like, yo, I'm like, I felt more relaxed. I'm like, yo, I'm actually moving the main ball forward. But since then, it's like, and that's why I go back to my point of like, I lack discipline. Like, it's like I need to focus. I need to like, stick to it, because I could attest that it does work, and you do feel the benefits, and you see the benefits from that focus. It's like wherever you put your energy is where you start to reap the benefits from it. But now I just last night I saw my wife. I'm like, I feel so scattered again. I'm like all over the place. It's bad. But anyways, yeah. So just give my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, no, I actually I this chapter was was a little close to home for me. It's like, that feeling of being called out by people you don't know, kind of thing. It really is about facing yourself, your self-love, challenging yourself, making the right decisions, and growing from that. And I too I have to work on my discipline as well. And so I thought one of the things that was really interesting is, like, at the beginning they talk about choosing to do what is right over what is easy. And we definitely, if we have so many hours in a day, so you're going to do what is easy, even though it might not be the right thing, and it might not necessarily be the easier choice. You just might actually be making more work for yourself in the future. But we live in the moment, right? And then the idea of connecting with your sovereign nature, and just living to yourself, and reaching for our best. Like, it was an interesting chapter. I struggle with my mental health, and so that I just felt like I was being called out the whole time. So it was good. It was good. It was a good wake-up call.
Yeah. But the Nate is it you or you and Chantel?
I think they're
Is it you're off mute, but we're not hearing you. Okay, well, while they're thinking on that, there was 2 other points that I highlight just now. Comparison is the thief of joy, and that's another thing. Like, when you look at that's anyways, I think that goes without saying. It's just anytime you're looking at what somebody else has and you're like, I want to try to get to that, it's like you're no longer appreciating what you currently have, and you're really looking for it. And again, when I read it, I was like, yeah, it's like I could be a victim of that. And the inner empire needs to be built before you can see the outer empire. That was another it's like, and again, it's like your mindset, like how you feel, how you carry yourself. Like, it's a lot of inside out work.
Yeah.
So Nate, Chantal, you guys on yet?
I don't think they're, Nathan, can you hear us?
No, it's okay. We'll
Yeah.
move forward.
I was about to say something. I forgot now. But does anybody else have anything else that they would like to share before we kind of go into the next topic here?
Well,
Any takeaways, any advice, anything that worked for you? Was this victory hour assignment actually a victory hour for some of us? I know we were talking about discipline, but do any of you feel do you feel accomplished in this exercise from last week?
Good question. And actually, if I could add to that, just morning in the audio, the motivational clip, it was reminding us of the why. Like, and I wanted to bring that to the group this morning because it's like why are we trying to get up at 5 a.m.? Why, what are you trying to do? Because that is a real motivational fact. Like I remember when I was in Trinidad I was there for a couple of months, and getting up at 5 and like training and stuff in the morning, like it's super superficial, but it was like my why was like, when I go back and see my family, I want them to see that I'm so healthy and fit. Like, but it was enough motivation because I'm like, I'm here by myself. Like, I haven't seen my family in weeks, like months almost at that point. And I'm like, when they see me again, I don't want to be like, same looking MAGA looking daddy, I want to amp up, but it was enough to motivate me to to want to get up and meditate and different things like that, so that was the why, but I was like, I wanted to bring that to the group, what's the why, that's what will make you jump out of bed at 4:45 and get things going at 5 o'clock and whatnot.
So. Okay, I think I'm back, people. Thank you.
Hey, Nate. Yes,
Good
sir.
morning.
Yeah, appreciate you. Like I've been taking in the knowledge and the experiences, because it's been one of those weeks. I don't know, like my phone had a blackout for like 3 days. Like I kind of felt like I came out the Matrix. But then I still have laptops, but then you drive, all these things are happening at the same time. So it's definitely been a building week. But the best part about building weeks is, tomorrow is a brighter day. And that's one thing I really found with some of the characters, especially the billionaire. Like, I love the way, like, he'll be in the middle of a conversation and, like, he's doing push-ups and up-downs. Like that energy, it just, yesterday I had a chance, to go to the children's school, and I ended up talking with someone and just talking, and he's like, yo, I love your vibe. Like, when you walk with, like, nothing's really gonna bother you. I'm like, even though there's a lot happening, like, you don't have to know what's happening. You need to know that I'm taking the positives and making the best out of it. And like that billionaire, that focus and like the wisdom that he brings to the table, it's just a different perspective that a lot of times we may not see, especially based on our environment and and the types of things that we hear. So when you put yourself in a situation where you can get wisdom from other people's experiences, it can really make your life that much better if you take heed.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree with that.
So
it's kind of like, sorry?
Continue. Go ahead.
Oh, so no, I was saying it's kind of that they had mentioned, real leaders don't compromise their standards. And so some people are motivated by adversary. Some people are motivated by their own self-love and their mindset, their heart set. What motivates us. It's quite interesting. And I like that you touched on that tone, because while I was listening to it, I'm like, I find it really interesting how he's developing this scene, this image in your mind of just some people relaxing and just having a casual conversation, learning from each other. But like, you kind of got this, like, when I picture the entrepreneur, I'm like, I picture this kind of like dainty, I don't know, the way he talks when he's voicing her is kind of funny to me, because he kind of so I just picture her to be a little bit dainty. And
is the artist black? Like, have you guys figured that out? Is the artist black? Because
he does have dreadlocks, but
I
don't know when he said dreadlocks. I was like, what does that mean? What does dreadlocks mean?
I've seen white people with like locks, so but it's like, is the artist black? That's the, like, I'm trying to, I don't know if you guys had more insight of it, but I'm still not sure.
Neither am I, but I feel like, they're just, between the artist and the billionaire, they just have this like laid back kind of way of being. And the artist is like, maybe, I don't know, maybe he is, who knows? I find the relationship development to be interesting too. Like there's a whole underlying story. It's like a little drama.
That's the
Is there a
drama.
movie for
The
this?
drama.
Is there a movie for
Everyone
this?
likes a little bit of drama in their life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I guess what I want to, it's perfect because I guess we were talking about, all of us were talking about some of the things that we had struggled with in our discipline and whatnot. And so in reading next week's chapters, which is chapters 11 and 12, the task that I have for set up for this week that we have set up is the daily 5 concept, which is to write down 5 small goals that you want to achieve and align with your larger life goals. And by the end of the week, summarize the goals and your success rate in achieving them for the group. So it's kind of,
five small goals that are supporting your larger goal.
yeah, like 5 small steps that you're taking every day. So like, you know, sometimes we focus on microaggressions, we focus on the small things that aren't necessarily positive. So what small positive things are we focusing on that are helping us reach our goals and help us to develop and get to where we want to be?
No,
Mm.
that like taking those small pieces, I think it's Jeff Olson that talks about the slightest edge, like the small things that build up to something big. Like eating the pizza is not bad now, but you eat the pizza every week for a few months, you're gonna see the difference, right?
Yeah.
So those small things, so identifying those 5 goals, and it's good because it's great towards the end of the year as we set our new year according to the Gregorian calendar, of course. But Pharaoh mentioned like our why. Our 5 small goals should end up satisfying our why as well,
Mhm.
right? Because when we talk about like why we are going to wake up at 5 a.m., it's to ensure that our day goes as planned, as we've set it up that way. If we can literally calculate the hours, like sometimes when I'm creating my week, I'll put in how long it takes me for to drive from one destination to the next. Like I'm gonna eat for 30 minutes, then I'm gonna go to the washroom, then I'm gonna, go sleep, then I'm gonna, like if you calculate all that through your whole day, and it's like you get good at saying no, you'll be surprised at how much more you can get accomplished and how much more you could achieve.
Mm.
Right? So
Yeah.
we get caught up in a certain process, and we have to be able to adjust and fix, our own situation. And when we get more disciplined, as you guys mentioned, when we identify those 5 small goals and we chip away at them one by one, all of a sudden we'll be in a better place, and we'll be like, man, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought now that I'm here, but it was scary, or like I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if I was gonna get there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I think of when I think of like the small goals, I don't know if it's too small, but like even getting up and making sure like my bed is made, making sure I reset my room. Like for some reason there's a whirlwind every night. I don't know why, but then like every night I wake
Yeah,
and
I
I
think
wake up, I'm like, I
I
have
don't
to
know if
reset.
I don't know if it's a Virgo thing, bro. I do the same thing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because I'm the opposite. I come
Yeah.
home and I'll clean my room, but in the morning when I'm getting up, it's a complete disaster. And will have to come home from work and reset my room so that I can have my evening.
Right. Okay. And
That's really
it's
funny.
bad because I guess I create chaos and I'm like, I'm tired. Let's go to bed.
Yeah.
It's like, so then I get it. So I'm wondering if if that's what we're talking about when we're talking about small wins, like those like little things, or is that too small of a thing? Like should be like,
No, it's
No, I think
remember,
that's
like
it.
everything is about it's about you, what works for you best, and speaking to your
Mhm.
inner self and setting up your day and moving with intention. So if that's what, like for me, making my bed is one of the things that I have to, I never make my bed. It's terrible. Like I don't, because what I like to, I'm not gonna lie, I like to nap. So at some point I'm gonna be productive in my day, but I have a toddler, and so when I'm at home,
You gotta
it's
take a
not an
5.
excuse to just cuddle up with him and take a nap. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I have a lot of small things that I need to work on myself as well, and so I think it's good. I feel like what we need to do in this with this is kind of think about the areas where we think about the areas where where you feel like you could improve your own self-improvement, not necessarily what you think people expect of you, but what you expect of yourself, because that's what really matters, and that's what the winning really is, right? Is we are our own biggest adversaries. We should always be competing with ourselves and bettering ourselves. There was a line, let me just see if I can find it in my notes here. It really stuck out to me. You will never rise higher than your own personal story. I was like, wow, that is true, you know? And so whatever it is that works for you, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel successful in the morning, whatever small thing, you know, some people it's that for some people it could be that first 20 minutes of the day where they're moving, where they're exercising or doing some yoga or stretching or meditating. All of these things are small things that are meant to help us set up our goals. Some of the practices that were set up from last week as well. So whatever works best for you, you know yourself. I want to get to know you more, and I want to learn, because you know, maybe you have a way that something that might work, a routine that might work, that will help me get up and make my bed in the morning. You know, you never know.
I like that. Oh,
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, so this is this is gonna be yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Sheila, Ayan, do you guys have any questions or comments about the homework for this week? Oh yes, I'll resend it to you, brother Sheila. No problem.
I have a question. Have any of you found the PDF to be helpful to you?
Not
And
And
gonna
some
lie,
concepts that they're bringing up. Do you
I
refer
know.
back to the PDF?
I do not.
You do not?
No. There was a time when I was listening to it. I was like, man, I should be reading this book. Like it's one of those, oh, I think I should read it. I think I'd enjoy it more just
Yeah.
because like it's that much more focus.
Yeah.
You know, and you take it in a little different, but you know, I've had to repeat it several times just to make sure that, you know, I wasn't doing too much activity and I missed missed some good points.
Oh yeah, I have to do a lot of replay. I'll go back a couple of minutes and see what I missed. But I've used the PDF. I've referenced that to kind of remind myself about, oh yeah, where did I leave off, and what were the important points of this concept, and so I go back to the PDF.
Yeah. Could you repeat the question again? The five small goal that connected to my purpose, and is there something else?
Are you talking about the homework for next week?
The homework, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the homework for next week is for us to write down 5 small goals that you would like to achieve that align with your larger life goals.
Is it for the small goal for the week or small goal for whatever?
Anything. It could be something, maybe it's a small goal for the week that might help propel your career, or it could be anything that is important to you that you feel might be helpful to you in the long run. So I guess what I was saying before is we all know that we have areas that we need to work on. And so in a way to create a positive, I guess it's a positive, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm lost right now. It's just a way for you to kind of break down those things that we need to work on, make them smaller goals so that we can reach where we want to be, if that makes any sense. So for instance, like my example about making the bed, it's a small thing, but we know that something like creating the habit of making the bed and having that is actually something that speaks to your character, and it actually speaks a lot to, it helps you with other things in your life, because then you're kind of setting yourself up for success, right? And that's what I consider making the bed. I do not set myself up for success when I come home. I come home to a disaster that I created in the morning. It's kind of like what Pharaoh was saying. So it does affect your environment. It affects how you feel about the day. It affects how your day carries on. Anything that would help your day get better so you can focus on reaching your goals. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, absolutely.
Awesome, guys. So
we're out of town. We're out of
yeah.
time.
So I know, right? It's like time flies when you're having fun. So guys, so this has been an awesome another audio book club session. So those who are able to join us, please do. We're gonna transition now into the OFC Weekly, where we have our featured guest, Nikita, Grand Rise. Nikita, thanks for being here. So I'm going to stop this recording, start another one, and we will go in